Ladies and gentlemen, to Nationwide at 6. Tomorrow is going to be a big day as far as the country's vice presidential elections are concerned. Tomorrow is when India decides, the member of parliaments are going to vote for the elections for the next vice president and the chairman of the Rajya Sabha. And it is going to be a very important elections. It will have a lot of, in fact, messaging and also optics involved as far as these elections are concerned. Now, very quickly, let me tell you that tomorrow at 10 o'clock, all the member of parliaments will go to the Rajya Sabha secretariat and will start the process of elections as far as the polls are concerned. It is NDA's Radhakrishnan versus opposition's Mr. Reddy, Justice Reddy. It is whether it's a close contest or not, at least one thing is very, very clear, that it's unlike the contest that we have seen earlier in the last 11 years of this government, in the last two contests of the vice president. So let me very quickly just give you a sense about the numbers. How are numbers stacked up as far as this election is concerned? So the combined strength of the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha is 788, but there are 6 vacancies. One in Lok Sabha, which is 543 is the total strength, 1 vacancy, Bashirhat Lok Sabha constituency, and that brings it to 542. On the other hand, in the Rajya Sabha, there are 6 vacancies, so that is 228 plus 12 nominated members. Overall, the entire quorum is 782. 392 is the majority mark as far as the numbers are concerned to win the elections of the vice president. Who has what numbers? Who's standing where? The NDA, that's the National Democratic Alliance, their Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha strength, the combined strength is the combined strength is about 436 after you also add YSRCP's number to it, because they have extended support to the NDA. So 293 for the NDA in the Lok Sabha, 132 in the Rajya Sabha, and you add, in fact, 11 of the YSRCP, the number goes up to 436. So they are way over the majority mark. What is the performance that the opposition is hoping to put out in fact, of the numbers of the NDA? 234 of the Lok Sabha plus 86 of the Rajya Sabha for the opposition, for the India bloc and the opposition. It brings the total to 320. AIMM have also extended support to Mr. Reddy, so their numbers are 321. There are 2 important parties, BRS and BJD, both have decided to abstain. So that number of 4 of the BRS, 7 of the BJD is 11. Undecided are about 10, that is 1 each of the BSP, SAD, VVP, ZMP, ASK, and 5 independents, those who are yet to decide on which way they are going. So numbers are firmly stacked as far as the NDA is concerned. Now, let me very quickly go across first to my colleagues to understand what is happening as far as the political implications are concerned, if any. Ashish joins us from Hyderabad, Sam Daniel is in Chennai, and my colleague Aishwarya is joining us from New Delhi. Let me start with you, Aishwarya. A lot of, almost like a mock voting, a classroom going on both sides of the fence. Everybody wants that not a single vote should be wasted tomorrow when the elections take place.
Well, both the NDA and India bloc wants to make this election very interesting because India bloc and the NDA senior leaders have told us that they have tried to reach out to the independent MPs as well. Both believes that there might be some cross-voting that can take place tomorrow. When we speak to NDA MPs, they say that some of the India bloc MPs will vote in favor of CP Radhakrishnan, while the India bloc is very confident that smaller parties in the NDA will vote in favor of B. Sudarshan Reddy. Whether that will happen or not, it remains to be seen tomorrow. But yes, the man-to-man marking by the Bharatiya Janata Party has been done. It was today the senior leaders from the Bharatiya Janata Party, union ministers in fact, went to meet the parliamentary party leaderships of different alliance partners, including the TDP, JDU, JDS, LJP and others. They have asked firm support and every MP from this party to vote in favor of the NDA candidate. On the other side, the India bloc have conducted their own mock polling session in the central hall of the old parliament building, and they also stated that every India bloc MP should be present tomorrow because these are unique elections. These are such elections that many of the first time MPs will be casting their vote for the very first time. So it is very important to let them understand how the election process goes on, and therefore the senior MPs had been given duty to tell them about there should be no cross voting, there should be no vote that should be deleted, and ensure that every vote goes in their respective candidates' kitty.
All right, Sam, because the contest somewhere has also become Tamil Nadu versus the Tamil Pride versus the Telugu Pride, southern states in the focus, but AIDMK is standing firmly behind the NDA. Is that entire conversation politically, making any sense as far as the people are concerned? Is there any political cost attached to it while DMK says it is Sangh versus Samvidhan battle which is going on?
Well, it may not cause that kind of a ripple or impact among the common man, Ankit, but it's an interesting situation for the DMK in Tamil Nadu because the NDA's candidate is actually a former MP from Tamil Nadu who was elected to the Lok Sabha at that point in time in alliance with the ruling DMK now. And he also has a personal connect with the DMK leadership. And the big question, of course, is should DMK vote against the nomination of a leader from Tamil Nadu, who's now the governor, who could become the vice president. But the DMK is very clear that irrespective of the personal connect he has with the party, they say ideologically, he's from a different stock altogether. He's an RSS person. He's also part of the BJP, and ideologically we are poles apart, they say. And although he belongs to Tamil, his elevation could bring pride to Tamil Nadu. And they say ideologically we cannot support him, and that's why they say people will understand that why the ruling DMK could not support the candidature of Mr. C.P. Radhakrishnan for the Vice President's office. And they say, in their belief, Justice Sudarshan Reddy will be the best choice in terms of his ideological belief, his contribution, and for the cause of larger democracy, they call it. But still they hope that there could be some members from the AIDMK who could be supporting the candidature of Sudarshan Reddy, but that's something we'll have to wait and watch. But they also point out it's not something that Mr. Radhakrishnan would win only with the support of the DMK. The situation is not like that, but it's certainly an interesting battle. In the upcoming assembly elections, of course, the BJP and the AIDMK could use it against the DMK, but they have a clear answer for that.
All right, Ashish, the similar situation for the Telugu parties as well, but BRS, abstaining, YSRCP going with the NDA, it doesn't seem that the ploy or at least the appeal or the political game that Mr. Reddy, the Chief Minister Revanth Reddy wanted to play in Telangana, at least the opposition parties in both Andhra Pradesh and of course in Telangana are not giving heed to that.
Yeah, absolutely right, Ankit. In fact, we've been continuously reporting that how BRS has decided not to participate in the voting process or abstain from the vice president election today. The party made it official. The working president of BRS, former minister K.T. Ramarao himself came out and he informed that his party, BRS, will not participate in the vice president election. Remember, if we talk about the number and strength of twin Telugu state, 42 Lok Sabha seats, if we combine both Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, almost 17 Rajya Sabha seats. So number-wise, it's a huge number if we add both the Telugu states. And that's why probably Revant Reddy wanted to unite everyone, whether it's BRS, whether it's MIM, whether it's Congress, whether it's TDP or YSR Congress Party, on that Telugu sentiment. But seems that his card has failed to perform. And that's why BRS has decided not to participate in the voting process. MIM, though a single Lok Sabha MP, MIM President Asaduddin Owaisi, he will vote for India Alliance candidate, while TDP, YSR CP, both has decided to vote for NDA candidates.
All right. Thank you for joining us with all those details. My colleagues, in fact, tracking the developments very, very closely in the states and also here in the national capital. Let me shift focus and try and understand what will be the big messaging as far as these elections of the Vice President of India are concerned. Joining me now is senior journalist, political commentator Neerja Chaudhary. We are also being joined on the broadcast with Mr. Jayanta Ghoshal, a senior journalist, political commentator, consulting editor with NDTV. Jayanta, Neerja ma'am, thank you so much for speaking to us. Neerja ma'am, let me start by asking you, the numbers very firmly in favor of the NDA. How different is this battle from the previous two that we have seen since Prime Minister Narendra Modi has taken over in the last 11 years? And is there still some sort of a message that the opposition can drive from this?
I think this vice presidential election has assumed an importance all its own. And one of the reasons is, that there has been a lot of speculation after Jagdeep Dhankar quit and resigned, and very suddenly did so. And it was unprecedented because for the first time that the Vice President of India had resigned in the midst of his term, and it was believed, rightly or wrongly, that there were differences with the government of the day, and that is why he quit. Now, the government wanted to bring in impeachment motion against Justice Verma. If you remember that, in the Lok Sabha, Jagdeep Dhankar accepted that the resolution in the Rajya Sabha, the notice by the Rajya Sabha MPs, and so on. And it led to his exit by the end of the day, and it took the country by surprise. Now it is to fill that vacancy that the election tomorrow of the new vice president is being held. And apart from the Jagdeep Dhankar episode, there has been, setback to the government on the foreign policy front. And therefore, the Prime Minister and the government have had to navigate a very difficult situation with a maverick leader like Donald Trump in the saddle in the United States. Given that tomorrow, if they win the vice presidential poll with convincing numbers and manage to get cross-voting from the opposition side, people are watching very carefully, even though the DMK has taken a clear position that they're not going to be voting for CP Radhakrishnan, but people are watching even in the Congress very carefully to see whether some DMK MPs do cross-vote.
Right.
Of course, on this side also, the opposition side, there's been a lot of speculation. Will there be people from the BJP who will cross-vote? I don't really expect that to happen at all. But it will give the signal, if the win is a convincing one, that the Prime Minister and the government of the day, they have a good grip over the situation, and that's not limited to this election alone. So that's why people are watching this election with great care tomorrow.
Jayanta, Neerja ma'am, described it in a way how it would possibly be for the BJP if the victory is convincing with big numbers. But for the opposition, is this a missed opportunity? If it was already a losing battle, probably getting somebody from Bihar would have at least given them some sort of an electoral message, then getting somebody who is, though non-political, but in a losing battle.
Yeah, Ankit, I agree with you that what Neerja ji is saying, that a lot of, it's an art of possibility. Politics is always art of possibility. This vice president election has become very important, especially after Dhankar's departure. But as Ankit, you have shown the mathematics. I think if the opposition all votes, if there is no break, there is no cross vote, in spite of that total number, there is a major gap So mathematically, NDA is winning. It's no, I mean, there is no space for defeat. And opposition, now I think the latest update, what I'm getting from the different political opposition parties, that they have also come to, this conclusion that we cannot win the election, but we should give a message, political message, that before Bihar, before Assam, before West Bengal, all allies, we are united. There
Yes.
should not be any break. And this message, as Nirja ji also is saying, that after this global difficulties, opposition can show the unity. But unfortunately,
Okay.
today, when the election is tomorrow, it's there. I don't think that there is a major mobilization of the opposition leaders. My question is, are they united?
Okay.
I don't think that internally still there is that communications errors are there.
Okay.
So that the possibility to break the parties and the Tamil, Telugu, all those issues you have
Right.
discussed. So I don't want to repeat that possibility. In fact, BJP is very careful.
Okay.
And BJP, we know, Nirja ji also knows that how BJP works. BJP rather wants to break the opposition.
So
in a
BJP
different
would
way
want
so that they
BJP
can
would
get some.
want to at least show a message that they can still go across the aisle and get opposition members
BJP
to
is
vote
not
for them.
underestimating
But can
the
the
election.
opposition do the same, embarrass the opposition, and can the opposition try at least? We'll have to wait and see. That is what it will make the whole election interesting. I am completely out of time at this moment, so thank you to both of you for speaking to us here on the broadcast.